So I was doing a smoke and punch tutorial. Thing is, it didn't record my voice at all, so I have to redo it. Okay, so we're just gonna do a new project. I'm just going to delete this, grab a few of my animations, like I did before. All right, so I'm gonna start with the punches because they're easier to explain, and I've explained them before, but now they just kind of have a revamp going on. So for the punches, as I said in the last video, which didn't record it at all, you have a starting point. This is how your punch pretty much loads up. This is the first frame before the actual punch itself. Well, when you're using my frames per second, which is 17 frames per second. So this is the starting frame, right? This is the jab, this is an uppercut. I'm going to play them in their entirety, and I'm going to explain them frame by frame. Well, for most frames. Most frames. So for this frame, the second frame is the actual hit. This is how powerful, this is how long, and this is where your punch will actually go. This dictates exactly everything else for the rest of the animation. However, these pieces, this piece right here, and this piece right here, these core pieces that make up the body of the actual effect itself, don't last the entire animation. They go away, completely disappear, they break down, right? For the jab, I simply make it break down and go forward as it breaks down even more, making the pieces smaller until eventually they disappear in the resets. And for the uppercut, I do the exact opposite and the same thing at the same time. So the back animation right here, there's a little piece right here, and I believe a small little piece in here somewhere. I make those go forward to indicate that the punch has went in that direction, and the rest of these are impact effects, meaning, if you blow something up, it usually expands, goes outward in a bunch of random directions. That's what I do for an uppercut. So these all go backwards, and as I said before, this one in the back is going forward to indicate the direction. And then, as they go backwards, it's the same premise. It breaks down, and eventually it will reset altogether. Now, the smoke. I have two types of smoke now. I have the old version and a new version. Now, when I say the old version, I'm not referring to me making them over again. I'm referring to the actual app itself. Like the version that's free and the version that is not free, which is the pro version. This is how I would do it if I was on the free version of Stick Notes. This is how I do it when I'm on the pro version of Stick Notes. I'm gonna play them out in their entirety. These are looping animations, so there is no real entirety, but this is close enough. Now, for both of them, they follow the exact same ruling. All right, the exact same ruling. However, since it's easier to visualize it on the right because it's not blurred and stuff, I'll explain it on that one. Okay, there's a source, and then from that source comes out a bunch of small circular objects that get smaller over time as they go up. That is the smoke. You literally can apply that to anything, and it'll still be smoke. Okay, it's the same thing for this one, except you apply the blur effect, and I believe I made the opacity 70%. So same rules, same thing. Goes up, gets smaller over time, stuff like that. So for the punches, you have a start point, then you have the body, which is what lays out the rest of the animation itself, and then you make that break down into smaller parts. And for the smoke, you make a source from the smoke, where the smoke is coming from. You make it go upward, and then you make it get smaller over time and eventually disappear, and repeat the process.